Check 1 2 3 for YouTube. Checking for Derek
Check.
to make sure we're
Check.
not
Check.
echo.
Echo. Echo. Echo.
Like I said, I'm nervous, so
No, you'll be fine.
Oh, it'll be good. It'll be good.
Everything sound good?
Yep. Just popped
All
up.
right.
Everything sounds good. So
Awesome. Well, here we go in 3 2 1. Oop. Why are you not playing? Hold on. Here we go. All right, here we go. Greetings, programs, and happy Labor Day, everybody. My name is Jason Robbins.
my name is Derek Diamond.
And we have a community member here with us tonight. He's been with us for a while. He's a prominent member of the Discord community. It's Raven Ghostpaw, everybody.
hello.
Howdy, howdy. Oh, yeah.
Welcome in.
Chuck says, so you went with Dance Monkeys. Yes, we're here tonight. We were going to take tonight off. I put up a poll in the Discord if everybody cared if we took tonight off, but I forgot that Raven was scheduled to be the community spotlight member for the third time, and it's always hard for us to get our schedules, so I was like, we better do the show and get him on. So he's here with us, everybody.
I am deeply grateful.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you like to do in gaming, and any other information you want to throw out there on the internet.
I'm just a simple dude. I've been playing games since I was 5 years old, so all the way from NES to now. I know I PC game more than I console game now. JRPGs are my favorite overall, but I enjoy shooters. I'm kind of an overall game. As long as it's fun, I don't care. I'll play it.
Do you prefer old games or do you like current gaming?
You know, that is the question.
Yeah.
I prefer the old games. I'm in the
Yeah.
camp with Derek. I like Secret of Mana as my top one favorite game.
Yes.
Yeah. I need to play that. You know what? I might do that as my my Christmas vacation game this year because Derek loves it so much. You guys love it so much. I'm gonna play it. That's what I'm gonna do for the holidays.
I can't beat the game. It makes me cry.
Yes, what I said a couple of weeks ago. It's the ending is so heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
Even though you win, there's so much sacrifice that's got to happen. It's like
it's one of those.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't learn about it until like towards the end of the game, but yeah, when it happens, you're just like, and you start crying.
So it's kind of like Mass Effect 2, where if whoever you don't do a special mission for on your crew, like you'll lose people, like no matter how much you love them.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, it's in order for the world to be saved, it has to happen.
Oh, all right. Well, that'll be interesting.
So on the Switch, there's a collection of mana. It has Secret of Mana and 2 other entries in the franchise. I don't know how much it is now. I bought it years ago when it first came out, but
like $39.99, wasn't it?
That sounds right. It's got 3 games with it, so I personally think it's worth it. I haven't played the sequel yet. I think it's called Trials of Mana.
That's the American one. Seikadetsu 3 is the because it never came to the US for the SNES.
Okay.
So are they?
I'll need to play
is it just
sometime.
the original games, or are they remastered and
just the original?
Oh, okay.
The old.
But I mean, yeah, but the graphics still look good. I mean, you know, those Super Nintendo games age really well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. You know, if a few quality of life upgrades are always nice, but I mean, if there's a game that's already great like that, you don't really need to do much to it. But $39.99 doesn't seem like that bad of a price tag for 3 games like that.
Well, you have the SNES Classic, right?
No, I never got one.
Oh, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
I thought you did. I was
Never,
going to say it's on there, but
never
yeah,
could
the
get my
Switch might be
hands
your
on
best
one.
bet.
Yeah, I never could get my
Or
hands on one, so I didn't even get the original NES either.
or if you don't mind the remake, Secret of Mana on Steam also
Mm,
is a good option. The
okay.
Hmm.
graphics are a little, I mean, it's good. They could have chosen a different art style, but
Mm,
it still works. It's still the same game. And then the unfortunately Trials of Mana on Steam is the remake is way different
okay.
than the Super Nintendo.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
Well, what about you, Derek? How was your week? Did you play anything fun?
Um, I played a couple of games, so I guess I'll go ahead and break this on the show officially. But I put something in the Discord a couple of weeks ago asking because next year is the 40-year anniversary of The Legend of Zelda.
Mm,
I think what I'm going to do as of now is once a month, I'm going to review a Zelda game. I'm going to try to get through all of them. I don't know if that's going to happen, but even the CDI ones,
mm.
I'm going to find a
Ooh,
way to play
why would you
That's a
do
bit.
that?
because I'm dedicated to my craft, sir.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. I have been playing a good bit of Zelda 2, and that game is hard. I've died so many times playing that game. That and I've been playing Secret of Evermore, which I reviewed years ago on the show, but I never really completed it. So I'm going to attempt to, and I'm pretty close to beating it, and I'm going to revisit that on next week's show, so I can give kind of a full, in-depth review of it. And it's a game that, like growing up, I didn't play it as much as I probably should have, but I'm looking forward to kind of revisiting that. Oh, Joey Image says error for president. What a great name for a character.
Yeah, error. That had to be some sort of
I am
weird
error.
translation thing. Had to be. I am error.
An iconic mishap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing I've really been playing for the last week, other than Lethal Weapon, is Balatro, which I'm still obsessed with. Uh, I actually I got some jokers, some rare jokers that, when paired together, I ended up getting some multipliers that were so high that it broke the game. Like, it couldn't even tell me what my score was. It was just like numbers and letters. I'm like, that's kind of awesome.
Hmm.
I never could get that high. I always got like past the main game and like maybe a few other blinds afterward, but
Mm-hmm.
I could never get the points to go higher and higher.
Once you start getting some rare jokers, and then you start putting them together and start getting like weird synergy going on between them, and like it's you just have to play the game and just learn. Like, it's hard to
Yeah,
explain to people that have never played it before, because you're playing poker, but you got these jokers that give you these extra special powers,
multipliers.
multipliers and stuff. And as you go through the game, you start getting more and more jokers, like rare jokers and uncommon jokers. And once they start to work together to get all these crazy multipliers, it's like it's such a satisfactory feeling to get like 500 million points off one hand of poker. Like, it's crazy. But it takes a
I've
while to
never played
get
that game
there.
actually.
You should play it. It's on Game Pass
Oh
right
yeah.
now.
Okay.
So
If you haven't tried it, Derek, give it a try.
yeah.
It's surprisingly like all it is number go up, but it's so awesome to see that number go up.
Yeah, it's one of
Oh,
those
I'm
games
sure.
where, like, yeah, its number go up, but it's so satisfying when it
Oh
happens.
yeah.
It's like, oh my
When all of a
god.
sudden your multipliers start stacking you into the millions, you're like, oh, go,
Yeah.
go.
Like, and it's crazy when you get them so
Yeah.
high that it breaks the game and it can't calculate it anymore. It's like, wow, I didn't think I would ever be able to do. I've seen people do it on, like, on reels and stuff. People posting their Balatro reels and stuff, but man, once you do it, it's like, that was insane. So
It's always sad when runs end though.
yeah, I suggest playing it, Derek. You might get a little addicted to it, but that'll happen.
That sounds kind of dangerous.
But we got some news to get to. We haven't done news in a month. You ready to get to it?
I'll try to remember how to do it.
Here we go. And I think all of these stories were from Harmez Jackson, I'm pretty sure. And if you have a news story you'd like us to cover, send them to nerdcaveretro@gmail.com. And the first story is from gamesradar.com. Inflation isn't nostalgic. Mod Retro's FPGA N64 console will arrive later this year for $199.99. But I'm curbing my retro console enthusiasm. The creators of the Mod Retro Chromatic just shared a new teaser for its N64 reimagined retro console. Will set you back $200. It's a cartridge-based system that was also seemingly arrive on time for Christmas. But it was announced via X. Mod Retro's founder Palmer Luckey. Oh, Palmer Luckey. Teases the M64 with a video of someone playing Mario Kart 64 on a hidden console. To add to the cheese, the cloak system is a handwritten sign next to it that reads, "No peeking until Christmas," presumably serving as a rough ETA. That hint is followed up by a more straightforward $200 MSRP reveal at the end of the clip. I don't really trust anything from Palmer Luckey. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like that guy at all.
Is his middle name Not So?
Yeah.
Well, no idea what this man is.
But it's the same price as the Nintendo 64 from when it launched in '97. But I don't know if I would pay that much for an N64 retro console now. I'm not that big into the N64.
I think, and let's say all of this is true. It's the same price as when the N64 came out, which I think is really cool. If it's somebody who wants to dabble into the N64, I think it's worth a shot. It's new. It's going to work. It'll play the games. I've kind of changed my opinion on the N64 a little bit over the years. While I still appreciate a lot of the memories of certain games, they don't hold up as well. But I think if you're going to go a retro console route, this isn't the worst thing you could do.
Yeah, what do you think, Raven?
I'm also not really big on the 64. I mean, there's a handful of games I play, but
Same.
eh.
It's such an interim console between the original, like the SNES 16-bit era to the PlayStation 1 era. It was like that weird little in-between phase that, I don't know, everything was just ugly. And I'm sorry, I know that people love that controller. That controller is garbage. I just have to say it. I hate the N64 controller.
It ain't no GameCube controller, I can tell you that much.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Joey says we need a Dreamcast Mini or two or something. I agree. I totally 100%.
I'd love a
agree.
Dreamcast Mini.
I'd love a GameCube Mini.
Yes.
GameCube Mini would be great.
Yes. Hear that, Nintendo? You've already got 3 people right here who would pay for that. Do you not want our money?
Make them the size of the original discs for the GameCube. Just make it really, really small.
Either that or you could just use the original discs.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be cool. Yeah, I agree with Joey. N64 it's probably the worst controller of all time. And I don't count the Atari. I go from NES and above as far as an actual controller as we know them. Yeah, N64 is pretty far down the list.
I think they're both equal in their awfulness. I hate
That's
the
fair.
Atari controller and I hate the N64 controller equally.
Somebody, I can't remember where it was, but somebody said that they didn't like the GameCube controller, and I'm like, you don't you don't know what you're talking
Just
about.
stop talking to us at that
I
point.
I don't want you in my life.
That's when you put up your hand and say, "Excuse me, I
Yeah.
gotta go."
We don't
And
need that
just
kind of.
run
We
away.
don't need that kind of negativity in our life. So good day,
Like,
sir.
oh, will you look at the time?
I mean, the controller's not much different than like the PS1 controller. I mean, it's a little fatter, but it's not really that much different.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next up, we have from Kotaku.com. Nintendo is raising the price of the original Switch and a bunch of accessories. The Nintendo Switch is over 8 years old. It's never seen a price cut during that time, and now it's actually about to get more expensive. The Mario Maker warned customers that the older gaming consoles and their accessories will see price changes in the US based on market conditions. Video game consoles are supposed to get cheaper as time goes on, but this console generation has bucked that trend entirely. The PS5 and Xbox Series X/S are all more expensive now than when they launched, and the Switch is about to join them. An update on Nintendo's website says the Switch, Switch Lite, and Switch OLED will all be impacted, but the Switch 2 will remain unchanged for now. Its accessories, on the other hand, are also getting more expensive, which is the second price hike this year. I'm not surprised. That's all I'll say. It's if the PS5 and the Xbox were going to do it, Nintendo was going to do it too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think it was really only
Yeah.
a matter of time.
But to raise the price on a what 9-year-old? How 2017? What that was like 8 years ago.
It's an 8-year-old console.
An 8-year-old console. You're gonna raise the price on? I mean,
With Nintendo, just you can toss all logic right out the window.
But is it because of tariffs? I mean, is that why? I mean, I
That-
imagine so.
That would be my guess. I mean, that's
Probably a
par for the course.
lot of stuff.
It's the only reason. I mean, that would be like going to buy a PS4 and like they jack the price up by like $100 from what it originally was. It's like that's not supposed to happen. The older consoles are supposed to be cheaper.
Well, it says here the initial price changes. The Switch Lite will increase from 200 to 230, Switch 300 to 340, and Switch OLED 350 to 400. So that's only going to be $50 cheaper than the Switch 2.
Yeah, might as well get a Switch 2 if you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Well, it could also be that the Switch 2 might not be selling as much as they anticipated. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
And many people might not like the Switch 2, that since it's been out for what, a few months now.
Yeah, it came out in early June.
Yeah,
Almost 3 months.
So there's been enough time for people to review it and stuff. So that could be that everyone that was going to buy it or were on the fence about it
Yeah.
are going, maybe not.
I
still want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, though.
Me too.
It looks so good.
From what I understand, the Mario Kart game didn't do so well as they thought it would. But the Donkey Kong game, I heard, is fantastic.
Yeah, I just think the money's too tight for people right now to go drop $500 on a Nintendo console. It's just not.
So why I haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah, $300 should be as much as you pay for a console. Like that should be top end. And I know I'm living in the 90s. I'm. I just. If I'm like $600, $500, $600, $700 for a console, like you can get a computer for that, and just get a nice gaming laptop or something. Like I don't want to pay that much for a console. It's just it shouldn't be that much, and then it doesn't even come with games. Like you don't even get a pack-in game anymore.
Well, and the ridiculous part is a lot of the games are starting to go up to like what, $80 now.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, adjusting for what they used to be, and they've been 50, 60 for years, but
yeah,
all of a sudden, all these price hikes.
It's just going to get worse, everybody. So welcome to the new America.
I don't mean to be a downer. Sorry.
Oh no, it's a fact of life.
Yeah.
I like that, Derek. The PS4, PS5 controllers are the Joey image of controllers.
I haven't done my daily suck up to Joey, so there you go.
Chuck says you could build a handheld for that price too.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself to do that though.
I mean, you could get a Steam Deck for that much and play all your Steam games.
My
Yeah,
brother,
NES game came with 2 controllers and 2 games. Go
Yeah,
back to that. I
for
would love
real.
that.
No kidding. But
You're
let's
up
see.
next.
From tomshardware.com, the Commodore 64 Ultimate Computer is the company's first hardware release in over 30 years. Pre-orders start at $299. I think we talked about this not too long ago. The C64 Ultimate will be the first new hardware released under the auspices of the new management. This new home computer product is now available for pre-order starting from $299, but shipping won't happen until October at the earliest. For your cash, you will get a device which resolutely isn't a software emulator, but is built around an AMD RTX 7 FPGA and is claimed to be compatible with 10,000 plus original games, cartridges, and peripherals. Let's see. I had an inkling that some hardware like this would be announced soon, as Commodore Corporation recently had its entire management structure commandeered by enthusiasts. Retro Recipes tech tuber Christian Perry Frantic Simpson is now at the helm, and he is the acting CEO of Commodore Corporation and has been joined by several iconic Commodore names and teased a new hardware reveal. The acquisition seems to be in the bag, but worryingly, funding doesn't seem to be complete yet for the low 7-figure deal to be finalized. So I don't know what all that means for the Commodore company, but I mean, they're about to drop some really cool Commodore 64s on the market, and if you're an old Commodore 64 person, this is probably really exciting.
I've never played a Commodore 64, but I'm kind of tempted to get one.
Yeah, I had
It
one when I
looks
was a
really
kid.
cool.
I used to program a few simple games on it and stuff, but it was never like a huge deal in my house. You know, like I had some cool games that my grandpa had made for me, like Snoopy Math and things like that, you know, but it was
Uh,
cool though. I'd like to have one. I mean, I'd really like to have one just to kind of check out what the Commodore 64 had to offer, other than what my grandpa gave me.
and I love that they're using the clear, transparent technology that was pretty prevalent in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Because I remember those N64s where you had the translucent green one. I think you had like a blue one as well. It looks really cool. Like it looks like a product from a completely different time.
Yeah. And Joey says the C64 was the greatest thing that ever happened to a 5-year-old Joey Image. I remember I was really excited for hours. We used to have that little tape deck that went with it. And what my grandpa would do is he would program these games and give them to me on a cassette tape. And you put them in the little cassette deck and you loaded it up, and it took like an hour for the game to load up into the Commodore 64. And they actually have one for sale at a flea market not near me, but it says it hasn't been tested. So I wish there was a way I could test it and actually get it.
That'd be cool.
And Chuck says the old Commodore stuff is going nuts price-wise. The external 5-inch floppy drives are going for more than $100 at this moment.
wow,
Wow.
That's wild.
never
Crazy.
owned one. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I've never seen one in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think the retro gaming store near my house, I don't know if they've ever had one in stock. But I don't remember seeing one though.
I think the Commodore 64 was well before my time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whatever happened to that one that we had. I remember the Christmas we got it was me and my brother used to get one big present every year, and my brother got a Commodore 64 that year for Christmas, and I got the Jabba the Hutt playset. That's what we got for Christmas
Nice.
that year.
Nice. Our last story comes to us from our NintendoLife.com. In case you missed it, Nintendo highlights Super NES Nintendo Classics feature update. At the end of July, Nintendo released an update for the Switch Online Super Nintendo app, adding Mario Paint. This update included mouse support for Switch 2, Joy-Con 2 controllers, and USB mouse compatibility, as well as the ability to remap buttons. The same update also featured mouse support for the existing releases Nobunaga's Ambition and Mario Super Picross. In case you missed this news at the time, Nintendo has now released an official trailer highlighting these new features. You can see everything in motion across games like Super Mario Kart and Mario Paint. Apart from this update also apparently improved the SNES's app CRT filter. Since the arrival of the Switch 2, Nintendo has updated the N64 app as well with additional features like a rewind ability and a new CRT filter. Additionally, GameCube classics were added to the expansion pack service on Switch 2, with Chibi Robo joining the service last week. So I have never played Mario Paint,
I didn't either.
but I
Me neither.
remember it coming out, back in the day because I was like, oh, that's the game that you have to have the mouse
Yeah.
in order to play it. I'm kind of tempted to give it a shot and review it on the show at some point.
Do it. It was a big deal back
Oh,
then,
yeah.
but I was never interested in doing it because by the time that came out, I was already using MS Paint. So I was like, why would I buy a whole game that's basically the same thing as MS Paint that I have on my computer?
MS Paint is still around, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It's still a thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a Photoshop. For those of you who are users of Photoshop, there's a little cheat code with Paint. If there's an image file that you can't open in Photoshop, 9.9 times out of 10, you can open it in Paint and then save it as a JPEG or a PNG, and then you can open up in Photoshop just fine.
Oh, nice little cheat. I never knew that.
Yeah.
PC,
I didn't even have to plug in my Game Genie
Yeah.
in order to do that.
PC wizardry.
Yes.
Joey says MS Paint, SM Paint. Huh. I think we have a conspiracy, everybody.
Not saying it's a conspiracy, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Coincidence? I think not.
But that's going to bring us to the end of the news, and now we got time for some video game history. On September 9th of 1995, Sony releases the PlayStation console in the United States, which is crazy because I feel like the PlayStation came out way later than that, but I have to keep reminding myself I was still in high school when that thing came out.
In a week, the PlayStation will be 30 years old,
Really?
which is 95, 30 years old,
Wow.
which is it's mind-blowing because I'm at the point now that things that I grew up with are turning 30 years old or 35 years old. And it makes me quite sad, if I'm being honest. But yeah, the PlayStation was a big deal back in the day, with Crash Bandicoot, you had Spyro the Dragon, you had a ton of great games for it. And yeah, graphically they don't age as well, but there's a lot of great memories I have with the PlayStation 1. September 29th of 1996, a little-known website called IGN is founded, which I thought was earlier than 96.
I didn't know. I thought they were a 2000s deal. Like I thought they came around in the early 2000s.
Same.
Yeah, but IGN for the longest time was my go-to for video game news, reviews, E3 coverage. And I know they're still around and they're still very much a big deal. And they've branched out into covering, different forms of entertainment like movies, TV. But I will always think of IGN as like one of the godfathers of video game news when it comes to the internet.
Yeah. Let's see, September 24th of 2002, in a purchase that is still considered to be quite controversial, Microsoft purchases Rare for $375 million. So do you think they got their money's worth when they purchased Rare?
No.
Yeah, no.
They've released, like one game since then?
When the purchase first happened, they released a handful of games. Like I actually liked both of the Viva Pinata games for the Xbox 360, but really since then, Rare hasn't been doing much. And honestly, I think if we were to do a top 5 like worst acquisitions or worst moments in video games, Like not video games specifically, but in the business, this would absolutely be on my list.
Yeah.
That Rare and Nintendo just had such a perfect thing going. And I remember when this happened, it it broke my heart. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't think that it was gonna work. Because I knew of the working relationship that Nintendo and Rare had and just the countless great games that they made together.
I mean, you had GoldenEye, you had Perfect Dark.
Yeah. It
Banjo
seems,
Kazooie, Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah,
and
and then you make Banjo Kazooie nuts and bolts.
and all they're doing now is just the pirate game. That's it. That's all they're
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
I played it a bit, but it's not that great.
It's just the same stuff over and over. I played it with some friends for a little while,
I
and it
mean,
was like
yeah, I'm
we
sure
played
it's
it for like 3 days. I'm like, we did this one already.
yeah, I'm sure if it's fun if you play with friends on a regular basis, but I played it just single player and I got bored in like about 3 hours. I'm like, nah, I'm done.
I My favorite character I made in Sea of Thieves was Tim Allen Santa Claus in a pirate outfit, and then I grabbed the weird pirate song thing, and I just sit at the um, front end of the ship, and I just play music the entire time. That's all I
Yeah.
did.
Captain Scott Calvin. I love it. September 12th, this is the last news in video game history. September 12th of 2003, Valve releases their game distribution software Steam out of beta, and gaming was never the same again.
They still have the same interface that they've had since 2003. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
if you want to talk about one of the best deals in video games, it's this, because who knows how much money they have made since Steam went out of beta, and it's still going to this day. It's incredible.
Hundreds of trillions of dollars, probably
Oh yeah, absolutely.
more money than you could ever probably conceive.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
You know how much money Steam makes every? That was probably the best thing any gaming company has ever done was create Steam. And Valve is just making so much money. They don't have to like. They've been offered to be bought out and all kind of stuff, but they're just like, nah, we're good. I mean, they're just over there doing their thing, and they're like Kleenex at this point. Like when you say Steam, it's like that's where everybody knows to go get their computer games at.
Yeah, and I mean, why would they accept a buyout? What they're doing is so successful. Why would you change it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then Chuck says, I buy like 10 games every half year on the Steam sale. Yeah. Oh, dude, when they do, I have to stay away from Steam when they do like their winter sales and stuff because I'll go broke. Because you're like, oh, this game's 50 cents. This game's $1.50. But then you're like $800 in and you've got like 1,000 games and you're like, oh, what did I just do?
And Joey says same, and I haven't played 90% of them yet. I mean, we're all like that.
Yeah,
Your
pretty
list
much.
like this big,
Yeah.
and only
Yeah.
5 of them you played.
Yeah, exactly.
But that brings us to the end of this month of video game history. And Derek, before we do the review tonight, do you want to do our Patreon shout outs?
Sure. As always, we want to shout out our awesome patrons over at patreon.com/nerdcaveretro. We want to shout out our 2 newest patrons, Brady Sherwood and Michael Patrick. Welcome to the Patreon family. Riley, Romualdo Marquez, the official NCR fact checker and dungeon master, Mr. Wally Phelps, Nick W., aka Nick the Horror Game Fan, Eld the Zombie, Yup Fed, aka Knife, James, aka at Jimbo Jr. on our Discord, Raven, Danny House, shout out to Raven, who's joining us, Danny House, Daniel Salmon, aka Bethany Fox, our amazing Discord community manager, Mr. B-Res Coffee himself, Mike Eveland, the fact checker to the fact checker, Tyler the Wordsmith Watson, Axeblade07, the official NCR beat writer, Armez Jackson. One day I'm going to have a nickname for everybody, I promise. Carlos Longoria, aka I am the Rampage. Staff Sergeant Sketch, Gus and Penny, Matthew Salmon, violinist pianist, and overall enjoyer of music, the American Salad, the Dream Chaser, Joey Image.
I'm telling you, we need to just do a whole Discord thread where Joey, you just put in your weird names that you get called every week. Just take screenshots and just put them in there. That's all you got to do.
That's fantastic. And for I think the third or fourth week in a row, Zoom asked if I was singing while doing that intro. And last but not least,
Mama Diamond.
Donna Diamond, thank you all so much for your continued contributions in keeping the lights on for us here at the Nerd Cave Retro Podcast. For as little as $1 a month.
What does that mean? The American salad. What does that mean? I have to know.
He's a salad that is proud to be an American.
He's Cody Rhodes' half weird brother that was adopted, and the American salad.
Every morning when he gets out of bed, he's like the dad in American Dad. He just hops out of bed. Good morning, USA. We've gone completely off the rails.
Wow.
Oh, I saw a puppy.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
puppy.
said,
Hi. All right.
hi. This is my dog, Kenzie.
Nice.
Oh, welcome to the
Kenzie.
show, Kenzie. Hi.
She's a golden retriever. Sorry, she's stealing.
Nice. Oh, no. I love dogs. I've got 2 of them myself.
Our YouTube views just went up by like 300.
Come on. Come on.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, for as little as $1 a month, you get early access to our bonus episodes, which we've been doing the Nerd Cave Retro or Nerd Cave Retro Quest campaign that we concluded a couple of months ago. We dropped our newest episode is Top 5 Movies from the 1980s. We've also done commentary tracks for shows like Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, full-length movies like Batman 89, Clue, Christmas Vacation. The list is near endless on what we've done, and we've got a lot more planned over, really, for as long as this show continues to exist. So if you want to be a part of our awesome Patreon community, just head over to patreon.com/nerdcaveretro, and for new patrons, send us your social media info so we can give you a proper shout out.
And tonight, going to be talking about... Lethal Weapon is a video game based on the film series of the same name. You don't say. It was developed by Ocean Software and Eurocom and released in 1992 and 1993 by Ocean and Nintendo. It was released in conjunction with Lethal Weapon 3, the third installment of the series. And me and Raven were talking about this before the show. It's so weird, this game. It's called Lethal Weapon, okay? The original Lethal Weapon came out, what, in 86, 87? What year did the Lethal Weapon come out?
Stand by and I'll confirm.
But it's based on Lethal Weapon 3. But it's called...
87 is when it came out.
Yeah, 87. So this game is, 5-6 years after the original Lethal Weapon. But this game is based on Lethal Weapon 3 and not Lethal Weapon 1 or 2. And I guess when you're doing I guess they just couldn't call it Lethal Weapon 3 when they released the video game, because then everybody would be like, well, where's 1 and 2? You didn't have a 1 and 2, but it's based on the movie 3. So they just called it Lethal Weapon 1. This is some Final Fantasy shit going on with the naming of this game.
I wasn't going to directly say that, but it was in my mind.
But it is a side scroller which you play as either Murtaugh or Riggs. Now, when you start off, you're automatically Riggs, which I don't know why they got to start off with the white guy first. But when you change characters, Now, on a normal game, if you have two characters that you can play, what do you think would be the normal way to switch between the characters on an original Nintendo controller?
I don't know.
Select button.
Button?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you would think just hit the select button. Select button really doesn't do anything except switch between a gun and your fists. You change characters by walking off the left side of the screen and then coming back in, and you're a different person when you come back in. So you're either Riggs or Murtaugh by going off the left side of the screen.
Excuse me, I just got to go change my clothes real quick.
That could go in a whole not great direction.
No.
Yeah. And it doesn't really matter who you play anyway, because both of them are pretty much the same. And it says, and the Wikipedia article, it says there's little difference between the two characters other than Riggs having a faster rate of fire for his handgun, but at the cost of having a low jump height, while Murtaugh has a higher jump height at the cost of a low rate of fire for his handgun. But here's the thing. I didn't use the handgun all that often. I would just save the handgun for the boss fight at the end of the level and just punch everything, because apparently your punching is the same as hitting somebody with a bullet, because they all die in one hit. So it doesn't really matter. And you have, like, so one thing I can say for this game, you have a beefy health meter. Not much takes you down in this game. It's pretty easy to get through these levels.
I feel like Nintendo couldn't find that happy medium around this time of gaming, where it's either so easy you can beat it in like an hour and a half, or you can't get past the second stage.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I will say this. It is movie accurate, though. Have you seen how much punishment Riggs and Murtaugh take?
Oh, yeah.
Having a beefy health bar is pretty accurate to the movie.
But, it follows 3, which I really don't know how, other than some of the settings, I guess. But the final boss of the game is the main bad guy of Lethal Weapon 3. And you do have to, one of the levels you rescue Leo. Leo Getz, the character played by, what's his name?
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci in the movie. But there's no, any kind of, there's no story really in the game. There's no cut scenes or anything like that. It's just level to level to level, and it's all kind of looks the same. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad looking game. The graphics are relatively really well done, and the gameplay itself isn't that bad. It reminds me a lot of that game POW by SNK that I love so much. Reminds me a lot of that, but it's just kind of middle of the road. Like, there's not much good to say about it. There's nothing really bad to say about it. It's just kind of, it's one of those games that if I would have gotten this as a Christmas present or, a birthday present, I wouldn't have been disappointed with it. I would have played this back in the day and been happy with it, but it's not something I would have actively sought out to buy or rent because of the reputation of licensed games back in the day. And the saving grace for this game is when I first got this game, I got this off of that auction site that Chuck had introduced me to. Chuck, you'll have to remind me what the name is right now. I can't look.
Was it Whatnot?
Yeah, Whatnot. I bought it off Whatnot. I think I got it for like $1.50 with it was more shipping and handling than I won the game for in the auction. So I got it, and I thought this was an LJN game, but it's not. It's by Ocean. And Ocean did the RoboCop game, which is a decent NES game. So, I mean, add this to the list of pretty decent, licensed games by Ocean at the time. But I also feel like, too, there was a Super Nintendo version of this game, and this came out in like 92, 93. this was when the Nintendo was on its way out. Like, I don't see a lot of people clamoring for a Lethal Weapon game on the NES in 1993. This would have been a rental at best.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because we've talked about games that were released for the NES after the Super Nintendo had already begun its run. And we think, well, why didn't they just release it on the Super Nintendo? It's crazy that they did with Lethal Weapon, but still released the NES version. Like I don't know. I don't know that I would have done that because like the Super Nintendo was like it was the console then. So why wouldn't you put all your effort and time into that?
Yeah, and I don't think the SNES version scored well. It's got on game rankings. It's got a 62% aggregate, which isn't terrible. It's not great, but it's not it's not below 50%. So apparently it's playable. I didn't play it at all or anything. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a Super Nintendo version until I started researching this game, and I was like, I might end up playing that at some point, but after playing this, I'm kind of like, I'd rather just watch the movie. Honestly, like let's just do a commentary track for Lethal Weapon, and I'll be fine.
I have not watched any of the Lethal Weapon movies probably since I was in college.
Yeah, it's been a
Like they're
while for
they're
me
fun. Like
too.
I like the Lethal Weapon movies, but like I never see them on TV. There's ones that I don't really think about all that much, honestly, even though I do enjoy them.
Sorry about the dog.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh no, 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 no. Pets are
So,
welcome on the show.
what's your? Do you have any nostalgia for the Lethal Weapon series, Raven, at all?
Oh, I love those movies.
Yeah.
Uh, it went up to four, right? There was four
Ye-
movies.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
Four was okay. The first three, well, the first one was the Christmas one, right? It
Hmm.
began like at Christmas time.
Yeah.
The second one was Joe Pesci got that was the Cougaran run, right?
I don't remember two at all. It's been
I think two was the Cougaran one, and then three was the Dirty Cop, I
yeah.
think,
Wasn't that
and then four was the one with Jet Li.
who
But
was
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, I enjoy those movies. I watched those when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved them. If I had HBO Max, I would watch them again. That's the only place I know that they're on.
Yeah, I was curious if they were streaming anywhere.
I think they're on Max. I think Warner Brothers owns it, right?
Let's see.
I
Lethal
think
Weapon.
so. It's
According to Just Watch,
yeah,
it's
Warner Brothers.
available. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if it's Warner Brothers, then yeah, Max has it.
Yeah, I was wondering that same thing too. Joey said, "Yeah, how come everyone argues if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, but no one mentions Lethal Weapon?" And I was honestly talking. We were talking about this a while back. I think we should do Lethal Weapon as our commentary track for the Christmas movie this year, because nobody thinks of that as a Christmas movie, but it is.
Well, I think the reason why most people don't is because like it's only like what the first 5 minutes of the movies during Christmas Day.
Hmm.
I think.
It still counts though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will agree. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I honestly, it's serviceable as a side scroller. It's better than you think it's gonna be, but it's also not. I don't know. There's not much here to like keep you wanting to play it over and over again. It would be one of those games that would just kind of end up in your collection, and you just kind of play it every once in a while. There's really nothing special about it. It's just kind of middle of the road. It did say there was a Master System version was in development, but for unknown reasons, it was unreleased to the public. No ROM or any evidence of the game is known to exist online, aside from the music by Jeroen Tell. Um, he was
And there's a Commodore 64 version too.
yeah. There was
That
an
kind of sucks.
Amiga, Atari ST, and an MS DOS version was developed by Ocean, but it doesn't say anything about. I haven't seen any video or anything. I can't compare it. But yeah, there is a C64 version as well. And you can actually pick Riggs or Murtaugh in a select screen at the beginning, which makes way more sense than switching characters by walking off screen and back on screen.
That's why it honestly surprises me that you have the option to switch between the two during gameplay. Like, I would think at best, once you get to a different level, you could switch between Riggs and Murtaugh.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. The only reason you even have that option to do that is it's sort of like playing the original Ninja Turtles game. Like when one starts to get low on health, then you just run off screen and grab the other one to come back in. Because
That makes sense.
This game only gives you one life, so if you die, that's it. You gotta restart the game over. I think you get one continue during this game, and that's it. So, but then
Wow.
again, the game's not that hard, so you could probably get through this game. You know, if you sat and played it, you could probably get through it in a couple of hours if you really tried to like get through the whole thing.
I am curious about this game though. Like I watched a little bit of gameplay earlier today. I did like the music though. The music
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Music's not bad at all for this game. The composer was that Jeroen Tel guy who was also known as Wave. He's a Dutch composer, and he wrote most popular compositions appear in the following Commodore 64 games: Combat Crazy and Cybernoid.
All right.
And
Sweet.
Neil Baldwin did the NES version, but there's no link for him, so I don't know what else he's done.
What were you gonna say, Raven?
I have a question. Did they have the Lethal Weapon theme in the game? You know, the wow, wow, wow kind of thing that plays.
Oh, with the saxophone and all.
Yeah.
No, it's got its own music, which it's not bad, but it's not really evocative of the movie or anything.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
And I do. That's one thing I do remember from the first movie is you heard saxophone music like every 5 to 10 minutes in the movie, and I didn't hate it though.
You don't
That's
hear
'cause it's
you don't hear
pop
sexy
movie.
sax anymore in the movies. Bring back the guy that was in Lost Boys, you know, the sweaty saxophone guy to just pop in. You know, you're watching, you know, the Avengers or something, and all of a sudden that dude just comes on screen, just blowing sax. You know.
Oh, they should totally do a sax version of the Avengers theme.
Yeah.
That would be so funny.
do it
Just-
like a
just
detective noir.
Yeah.
bring that guy back with with those purple pants and the chain belt. And he's like, I still believe.
I still believe.
But yeah, it's
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about the game, so I'm just gonna out of 10. It just gets it's middle of the road. It gets a 6.5. Not quite a 6. Not quite a 7. It's just kind of there.
Which compared to a lot of the other games that were based off of movies or shows that came out around that time,
Yeah.
that's like a 9.
It's a lot better than those, I can tell you that. Better than 90% of the licensed games, but like I said, at the same time, there's nothing special about it. There's nothing memorable about it at all. It's just it's almost like they could take the Lethal Weapon tag off of it, and you would never know it was a Lethal Weapon game. You could just call it, The Adventures of Bayou Billy 2, and people would think it was Bayou Billy 2. Like, there's not much to differentiate it from anything else.
Which, I mean, who wouldn't want Bayou Billy 2?
Yeah, we need to
Honestly.
do that game, but the problem is I've always wanted to review that game, but there's a light gun section in the game, and you can't play it because there's no TVs that'll play light gun these days.
I thought they fixed.
Did
I
they?
thought there was a guy that has a light gun for LCD screens.
Yeah, they did, but I don't have the money for that right now. I just bought a house, so it's going to be a while before I get anything, superfluous.
Oh, Chuck says he saw a board game today called Kenny G Saxing It Up.
I would play that game.
Oh, I would too. Whenever you take theme songs and you like put like the worst kind of possible instrument to do a cover of it,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 it's hilarious.
But yeah, that's pretty much my review for Lethal Weapon, and we're probably gonna do the movie itself, a commentary track for Christmas, which I think we should do. I'm kind of been looking forward to that.
I suppose I'll allow it.
But next week, Derek, what are you doing?
So I'm going to be revisiting Secret of Evermore, which is a 90s RPG for the Super Nintendo, which was made by Squaresoft. I've been in a real RPG mood lately, so it'll be exciting to revisit that. I'm fingers crossed I'm able to beat it by next week. I should be able to. I'm pretty close to the end, and I'll be able to give kind of my full thoughts on it.
Awesome. Well, Raven, thank you for being on the show, man. It was awesome having you.
Yeah, this was fun.
Thank you for having me. It's nice.
Well, if you want to hang out with Raven, go be a part of our Discord, because that's where he's at all the time. And where else would you want people to follow you at, if you want people to follow you?
Oh, I don't have anything, so I used to, but not anymore.
We hear that, everybody. Go to Discord, our Discord.
Yeah, you can find me. I don't talk much, but I'm there.
Yeah. Well, Derek, anything else before we get out of here? What's going on over in your neck of the woods?
Facebook.com/Wired for Sound movie. We, believe it or not, we start filming next weekend.
Ooh.
Which is, it always sneaks up on me every single time. But we still have our GoFundMe up. It's the link to it's in like 98% of the posts that are on that page. So Facebook.com/Wired for Sound movie is the best place if you want to contribute, or if you just want to learn more about the movie in general.
Well, go check out the Open Micers podcast with me and Mr. Jacob Craig. Last week we talked about how much I hate the Rogan sphere and why I hate it so much. And even though Wally thinks I'm not a good debater, I think I actually had a pretty good argument for why the Rogan sphere sucks and why Kill Tony sucks. So go check out that episode and why we want to be OnlyFans models so we can make money. So go check out that episode of the Open Micers podcast, wherever fine podcasts are given away for free. So, Derek, is that everything?
I think so.
Let's walk out the door. If you want to email us at nerdcaveretro@gmail.com, or if you want to leave us a voice message, you can go to voicecast.app/NCR. You don't have to sign up for anything. You just go there, leave a message, we'll get it, and we'll play it on the show. And go to nerdcaveretro.com. That's our link tree. Takes you everywhere you need to go. Takes you to our socials, the voice cast. It goes to our Patreon, and of course our merch shop as well, which is at ncrmerch.com. You can get all kind of different designs for t-shirts, hats, magnets, bags, mugs, whatever your nerdy heart desires. If you can't do that, I understand that times are tough. We're tariff free here on the show, but if you don't have a buck a month, go leave us a review and/or a 5-star rating on all podcasting platforms. So, Derek, please tell them what it's all about. Getting too old for this shit.
Master Blaster runs Bartertown.
All right, and we are done with the episode. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us on the YouTube. Let me play our little outro here. Go like the show, subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. We love every single one of you. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you all next week.